So yeah, I did a look and my eyelids are stained, so let's see about covering them up. Okay, I am back. I cannot move my face too much because I wanted to show you what I have been recently pretty excited about. So I have been doing looks with sellotape on my face. So I am going to be doing a Valentine's-esque look and just showing you how I've been using this sellotape. Again, there is no real kind of skill to it. I have just tried to make it as even as possible, but sometimes because this part of my eye, this part here, hangs a little bit lower than that side, it sometimes looks a bit wobbly, so we're going to carry on regardless. So I'm going to be using the UK MA Unfiltered palette, and we are going to be using Jam Tart, which is this one, and we are going to be using Soul, which is the black. So let's give it a whirl. We might actually use Merlot as well, I haven't decided, it's fine. So I'm going to go in and basically load my brush with Jam Tart. I am really upset. Okay, so my eyelids are still stained, and it is even coming through the base, which does not usually happen. So all I'm doing is just kind of stamping it on this outer sellotaped edge and then just kind of moving it over the eyelid. As I said, there's not a whole heap of skill to the looks that I've been doing with sellotape, but I just thought, well, I want to try something different, and this seems to be different. Sorry if this is kind of in view. I'm not sorry. Sometimes it goes into view because it's big. Probably should use like a smaller mirror, but you know. So as I'm getting closer to the inner corner of my eye, I'm not kind of pressing as hard. I'm still like, even on the outer corner, I don't press ridiculously hard, but I put a lot less pressure on when I get to the inner corner, because I'm going to basically turn it down. So that's going to kind of fade to the inner part of the eye. Okay, so we have stamped out the majority of that colour onto the eye. So that is one solid colour. What I might just do is kind of warm that outer edge up a bit. So I'm going to go in with the Merlot, which is that one right there. So I'm going to go in with that one. And I want to make sure there's kind of enough, but like not loads. And we're just stamping kind of over and just past that sellotape. So that will just kind of warm it up a bit. And then we're also going to go with black, which was always my like most hated colour with makeup. It always used to scare me a lot. But I have used it quite a few times this week. And I feel like I'm getting a bit more confident myself in using it. So we're going to go in with a different brush. Okay, so I have got a bit more confident using black. It still does kind of scare me a bit, but I think the idea is less is more. So you want to kind of build that colour up. So start off with as little as possible and then build that colour up. So you're going to do a lot of stamping without kind of going back into the same colour again. And just make sure that you kind of here where your crease is, or wherever your crease is, this is what mine is. Because that is my eyeball, I find that if I'm kind of holding the brush a specific way, I end up, it goes quite patchy. So I want to make sure that I am stamping that colour as much as I can. And then you're just kind of blending it out a little bit. So again, you're just kind of dragging that colour a smidge, and I'm barely touching my eyelid. You're just kind of tickling the eyelid with the end of that brush. Be super careful not to go above where that colour starts, because I've done that too. This week has been a whole week of mistakes, but we don't really fail. I always like to think that you have experiences. I had lots of experiences this week with makeup. Okay, I'm going to go back in with that red, just on the outer kind of edges of that black. And that, oh, wrong colour. We'll see how that works. So again, we're just almost like scratching the surface. Not massively, not a whole heap, just where that black meets, because this is essentially what you're going to do for blending. You just kind of scratch where that red and the black meet, because you want that fade. Okay, what I'm going to do is see about cutting the crease. So I'm going to put that down for a second. Okay, so I'm cutting the crease with the Jealousy eyeshadow base. As always, I put it on the back of my hand. I'll go back in just for a little bit more. There are two shades. This is cream, and the other shade is milk. Milk is a white shade, and cream is like a beige, a cream. Okay, so we're going to go in with a P. Louise Mirror brush. Okay, so once you have stamped the colour on, so you're not going to be dragging the base, you're going to be stamping it on. You then want to kind of pat it into place. So with this, you essentially let the brush do the work. With a base, what you need to see about doing is just kind of patting it on, you know, stamping it on, rather than kind of dragging it around a bit. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a white. And all I'm going to do is just stamp that white down. I probably could have gone in with the white eye base, but I didn't think about it. Okay, we're going to go back in with our red and just get that outer corner. So what will happen is the red will essentially fade into like a pink when it mixes with the white. And then we're going to do something magical. I have got new pigments that I'm desperate to try, and I've tried to figure out ways to make them work with the eye looks that I've done, but then there's so many of them that I'm trying to kind of figure out a look for each of them. I understand that that palette is in shot again. As I said before, I'm kind of sorry, but I'm kind of not. For this, I'm going to get just a flat brush. I'm going to get my pigment. This pigment is from K Rose B Cosmetics, and I kind of dip the brush in and then kind of tap it off. Because it is a pigment, it will pick up loads. So I don't know if you can see, that is just dipped in. So I have to tap it off. I've worked a lot with glitter over the last few days. And I mean, it's on my forehead, it's in my hair. I'm not entirely sure how, but you know. I've managed it. Okay. So I'm going to go back in with that red again. There's just going to be a lot of kind of back and forth. So you've got the drama from the black, but then you've got the shimmer, which just makes it a lot softer and a lot more, I don't know, softer. Okay, so I'm just going to go back up there. To be honest, I don't do a lot of kind of fixing. I do sometimes. It's just nice to kind of soften that top edge. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off, I'm going to do this eye, and then I'm going to come back. So I'll be back in a minute. I am back. I have done this eye, I have done my eyebrows. So okay. So we just take our brushes that we went in with on that edge and just run the colour underneath. So I'm going to start off with the red, and I'm not too bothered how thick I do the red because it's all the extra bits. And once the red's down, it's the extra bits that make the difference. So I have got a smidge of black on this brush. So I'm going to use a mirror on this one because I'm going to go just up by my lash line. Both sides. So it just adds a little bit of depth to the look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see about popping some white liner in the waterline, and I'm going to show you what I have been doing. I did say I wanted to show you what I've been doing this week, so that includes, I lost it for a second. That includes this stuff. So this is from Sample Beauty and it is glitter glue. Okay, so that is the applicator it comes with. To be honest, I have found it really easy to use for a complete beginner. Okay, so I've just put a small little kind of strip of glue, and then I've been using one of these kind of, again, small flat brushes, and I now have to find the glitter. Again, just kind of dipping that brush in and tapping the excess off. So there may be different ways that you can apply it, ways that you probably should apply it. I don't know, this is how I've been doing it. I love the whole outline of it. I know that people use glue in different ways. As I say, this is completely new to me, so I've only been using glitter for the last kind of 3 or 4 days, and this is literally all I've been doing, is just a little outline. But I have noticed that I am messier on one side than I am with the other. I'm definitely more cautious on this eye. But yeah, that's it. It dries really quickly. Apart from the initial fallout, which is just me being very heavy-handed and kind of rushing, you don't get kind of fallout through the day. It stays put. When you take your eye makeup off, the glitter is the stuff that stays. So yeah, it's good. This is almost the finished look, so I will go off and pop some lashes on. I have got some new ones, so I'm excited to try them. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here is the final look. I have put some lashes from Pound Lashes. They are a new company that's just launched. So this is their packaging, and as it says with the name, they are super cheap. These lashes are in the style Rue. I think these are the most dramatic ones that I got. I feel like they just fit for this look. So that is the final look. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think. What are we thinking of the new lashes? Are they too much? Are they too drama? What do you think? So I look forward to seeing you on the next one, and I'll see you soon.